welcome to the HIMSS Media Social Media Debates. I'm your host, Beth Jones Sanborn, Managing Editor of Healthcare Finance News. With me on my right is Mandy Bishop, who is the Solutions Lead for Dell Healthcare Analytics. Mandy, thank you for joining us. And on my left, Mr. Colin Hung with Stericycle Communications Solutions. So let's get right down to it. Plenty of verbal boxing matches going on about meaningful use, okay? I understand you two disagree on that a little bit, so let's start with sort of ground zero for where you disagree, what your thoughts are.
Sure. I think that the intention behind the meaningful use regulations were very, very good and very noble. I think that the implementation of the meaningful use standards was very poor, and I think that it has been detrimental overall to the practice of medicine and to that it has failed in meeting the objective of providing a meaningful use of healthcare IT to patients.
Okay, Colin, where do you come down on this?
I actually think the program achieved its goal. But back when it was conceived, we were in economic hardship. The government was looking to fund something to pump some money into the economy. The goal, I think, at the time was to just make digital what had been paper. At the time, it was less than 10% of records were electronic, and now after the Meaningful Use program, we're upwards in the 80% range. So I think it's achieved its goal. We had to pump a lot of money to do it, but we've been able to pave that road, so now everything's electronic, and now we can move on from that.
Knowing that you're on opposite sides of this, and now the conversation's shifting towards that meaningful use is going away, where do you go next?
I think that meaningful use is going to continue. I think that we are going to get through stage 3. I think that MACRA and MIPS are going to now enhance and augment meaningful use and the other quality standards that are in place that are now governing the data entry characteristics of modern medicine. I hope that in the next 5 years we reimagine the practice of medicine sans technology, and that we get back to what we do best, which is engaging with our patients in meaningful ways.
Colin, where do you think this needs to go?
I think the Meaningful Use program as it exists today is probably going away. We're definitely entering now the penalty phase as opposed to the incentive phase, so I think it's going to drive some unique behaviors. Okay. I think the government's going to try to kind of retrofit some things around interoperability and quality in there. Hopefully it'll work. But when you kind of put that ball of yarn together, it's very, very easy, and it's very, very difficult to kind of get some cohesion there. So I'm not really sure where it's going to go in 5 years.
All right, well, Colin, thank you for joining us and lending us your view today. Mandy, thank you for your time and your insight as well. Again, I'm Beth Jones Sanborn, and if you want to continue the conversation, please follow online at HX360.